Brinscall swimming baths. Welcome back to today's video. We pick up where we left in the last video at Brinscall station, where the railway crossed the road. We start walking from the swimming baths heading towards Chorley and pick the main line up again to see what's left. So come with us. The railway ran behind these houses. It's not been built on now, so we can't get back onto the line, so we're going to try and get back on the line. We're just going to see if we can head down towards where the old site of the print works was. Railway line up again on our right hand side in a short while. We just got past all these houses. Oh, it's a footpath. I'm not sure whether that's original or whether it's been replaced at some time because it's concrete. So whether it would have been stone, I'm not sure. A bolt or something? Right, we're going to have to do a bit of a detour because it looks like they've made the road or the path private. So we're walking under now. Brinscall Hall. It's a meditation and retreat centre. Old stone trough and an old gate. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah. The railway would have been on our left, running it, cutting. Yeah. Some ruined barn or some kind of building, maybe, farm. Let's have a look on map and see what it is. Look at that old oak there. Hook. It's got to have been a barn, hasn't it, then, you think? You think they tied something to that? Yeah. This looks like maybe it's an old farm. That looks like the door into what would have been a building. Yeah, I think this has been farmhouse and that's been barn, hasn't it? Yeah. I think this would have been an old farmhouse. Just about make out the old wooden lintel on that window there. And stone lintel up there. You just sat there. Yeah, that looks typical railway-ish, doesn't it? Right, this is. So this would have been a farm crossing. But they were on that line that we walked Hilton House. They were on there, and it's just beeped, so it's saying we can't be that far away from the signal box. This is where the line split, and it went down to Printworks.
Which way do we go?
Down. So these are old cobbles that would have gone down into what would have been Printworks. There's no private residence. But the line would have split at this point into the Printworks. It had its own rail connection. We're going to carry on walking down it, and we're going to get back onto it now. But we're going back on this farm crossing. And this would have been a farm crossing that we're at now. So in this area, a signal box would have been, which makes sense. Yeah. Blackburn. And this way that we're walking to is Chorley. So we're going to carry on walking down here for a bit. Yeah, this is where it would have. That's to the left would have been Printworks sidings. Yeah, there's just gate posts now to Printworks, but it's private. So these gate posts would have been to Printworks.
Yeah.
So they'd have come in here then, wouldn't they? So all these old gate posts. So this would have been the connection to the old Printworks. We're going to keep on walking. Yeah, that looks original, doesn't it, that wall there? It's blocked now, so we need to do a bit of a deviation. Yeah. It cuts across through here. Right now, behind that wall, went into a cutting. We haven't walked round. Some access isn't public. Just about make out just behind Ollie, fence post, the railway. coming up on what would have been an overbridge. Here we are.
This side's all open, that side's open.
Yeah, all closed.
What's it look like on the bridge? Is it blocked?
There's looks like there's store stuff under it, but you can't really get. So we're looking that way towards Chorley. This fence, I think this is something to do with what would have been ROF Brinscall. You know, the Royal Ordnance Factory.
Oh, it says danger gate now.
Yeah. But we're not so far off where they stored ammunition. Right, so where it is now, this bit, it was, and there's still talk about it, strategic reserve. So they reckon that they stored lines of locomotives after the war, just in case of a nuclear attack, and they reckon that they're in the tunnels in the hillside. This place used to be connected to Chorley, ROF Chorley, so they stored all ammunition and bombs here, cordite and what have you. But if you look, you see that fence, that rusty fence?
Yeah.
Well, that's perimeter of it, and there is photographs of engines lined up, but they're only for going for scrap, I think, not for what's.
Yeah, but the engines you said are in tunnels.
Well, that's what they reckon. If you read up on internet, if you do a Google search on strategic reserve, this place comes up. Somebody's wrote a book on it. But there's lamp posts in there, because apparently they're rail connected as well.
They won't build. That's an house, that, mate.
Yeah, that's an house now, but there used to be an engine shed here. It had its own rail connection. Obviously, it's not on maps, so you wouldn't put a rail connection and then the munitions dump on map, would you? For the Germans, so it wasn't on maps. But when you look at the terrain of the map, you can see that there was a cutting that came across here, and it probably came in here.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is there can't be anything dangerous still on it.
No, there won't. I don't think.
Real houses on it.
There's nothing dangerous on it, no. But it's still allegedly in use. But they're not. They're living in out perimeter buildings, aren't they? Yeah. So directly in front of us, that's where allegedly is the strategic reserve. And if you look in tree line, there's a camera. That's the entrance road to the station. The old station's down there, but it's a private residence now. See if I can find some images. Well, the railway would have come through this cutting. You can't really see much of the station. Yeah, it's still got a pub sign on it. It used to be the local pub. So station now is behind that tree line. And we're just going to carry on walking down here. This section of line's been quite difficult to navigate to get near it. There's a lot of it's built on now. We're trying to do it without trespassing. It's like we might be cutting back across railway now. I think we are. It's like a stone bridge. Yeah. Watch that one, it's a bit loose. So, looking that way was to Pt2 station. And this way, the line carried on to Chorley. So that housing estate there used to be a big bleach mill, bleach works. The Pt2 Bleach and Dye Works was erected in 1895. The warehouse produced bleached calico and became the biggest bleaching and finishing works in Europe. The works was owned by Thomas Witter and Company and also produced linoleum. The bleach works had approximately 300 employees. The main priority became the production of high quality bleached calico, and the company was publicly recognised for their standard of excellence. So the railway used to go across the road and into the mill. This is a big bleach mill, bleach works. It's now housing estate. So we're heading now back towards railway again, trying to see if we can find where it is. Yeah. That's one massive bridge. It's tall, isn't it? For a farm crossing. Or an under bridge. Righty, so we come on. You're knackered, you only got a small leg. Oh, there's 3 marks there. Looks like 2, 3, maybe.
I've seen these. It's
yeah.
Like
cuts in them. There. They're where they grab them with the chains, aren't they? And hoist them into play. Some of these stones are massive. So the railway ran at the top of that cutting or embankment. I did try getting up there, but the viaduct put me off. If you've watched that video where I ended up with A&E, I don't fancy another trip to A&E on a bank holiday. We're still in our left on that embankment. On the bridge here, show. Maker's mark. The second one's not as tall as the first one we saw. Right, so that's it for this bit of walk. There's not much access now heading towards Chorley. I'll try and take a shot of where the bridge would have come across the canal and then gone across the M61. I'll drop that in at the end. This section would have taken it across the M61 and heading that way, going straight on, that would have taken us to Brinscall, where we've just been. So we're looking towards where the old viaduct was. It took the line across the canal and then over the motorway. Well, the motorway was built after the viaduct were knocked down. So what we're looking at now is one of the old bridge piers, or viaduct piers. The railway came across us here, went across, went over what is now the M61. I'll drop some pictures in and you can see the viaduct. Well, that's our walk of the old abandoned railway line from Withnell to Chorley. We hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, see ya.